gonna make your day. Sunshine, we're gonna make your day. Sunshine, gonna make your day. Sunshine, we're gonna make your day. Sunshine, we're gonna make your day.
Is there statistical data supporting its use?
Well, I know that there's at least 50 different studies that have been done on things, and 4 of them were actually funded by the National Institute of Health.
Oh,
so,
fantastic.
and how it does, very much help patients.
Okay.
Yes. You were asking about statistical studies.
Yeah.
That there's the studies that have gone on, but there is a research component of the Healing Touch program that is always currently doing research projects. And then there are people that are doing their PhD. One
On
lady was
Healing
talking
Touch?
about on like Healing Touch and depression, or Healing Touch with different ways.
Oh,
and I know
interesting.
for a couple years, when it used to be Fred Hutch, before it's Cancer Care Alliance, we went in there and did Healing Touch on patients, and they were researching if their T cell counts stayed up, and I don't know, all the lab work. Yeah, it was great. The patients benefited, and so we were part of it. So it's continually going on all the time, the research aspect of it all.
That's
Yeah.
so amazing.
And a lot of the Healing Touch practitioners have participated in what are called stand downs for the veterans.
What are
And so
those?
they'll set up clinics, and it's the veterans can come for, they usually offer several modalities, and they can come in and get a Healing Touch treatment and no charge. And there's been stand downs here in Oregon and
I'm
some in
curious, why are they
Washington.
called stand down?
I'm not sure.
It's a military thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's weapons free then. It's stand
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting name for
Yeah.
something so, almost spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they're doing
And
this,
they're well
incorporating
attended.
this.
The veterans turn out for those, so
Wow.
they're
I would imagine that there would be a lot of application after, the stressful situation
right.
of being in
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them suffer from PTSD. You can imagine that will help.
Mm-hmm.
One practitioner back in the Pennsylvania, New York area, she went to a veterans hospital every Sunday, I think, and worked with the veterans or the veterans' families.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, it might have been Bethesda.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I know one girl in my level 5, she's from a VA in Miami, and it's offered regularly,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. And another aspect which we haven't mentioned is that Healing Touch can also be done at distance. If you want to work on someone at a distance.
You can work, as in not in the same room?
Yeah, it's not in the same room.
Oh my God,
Go ahead
do
and explain that.
explain.
Leave it to me to explain. Actually, in a lot of the quantum physics studies, they know that what we do here impacts people at a distance. And so if you set your intention to do healing for a person, let's say in Chicago.
Oh my gosh. From here.
And sometimes, I'll give you an example of a personal example.
Okay.
I had a student who was going for certification, completion of the program, and he needed to, it was a requirement that you do a treatment on your instructor. Well, he was in St. Mary's, Idaho, and I was in Seattle. And I said, okay, this setup, we'll do a distance healing. And he had never done one before.
Okay.
And I got on I had a little space then, and I got up on the massage table, and I was thinking to myself, oh, I hope he does. And I thought of a particular technique, kind of to quiet the mind and let you get more centered. And I knew exactly when he stopped doing the treatment. And he said,
No
I really
way.
didn't see anything that you needed doing except your head was a little busy, so he did that particular technique.
Incredible.
And I felt so good.
This is so amazing.
Yeah, and that was distance.
Wow. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah,
It
the
really
power of
is.
intention is pretty
Right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is, isn't it? Wow.
Sunshine, gonna make your day. Sunshine, we're gonna make your day. Sunshine, gonna make your day. Sunshine, we're gonna make your day. Sunshine, we're gonna make your day. Sunshine, gonna make your day. Sunshine, gonna make your day. Sunshine, gonna make your day.
Looks like everything's good in my ends, cause I just keep smiling with my friends. I've been climbing this mountain every day, but I ain't too worried cause I made my pay. I ain't no layer, but my future's bright. I got my friends to keep me tight. I know what's right and I've been what's wrong, but I got this sunshine to keep me strong.